How have you found it?
Are we on? I've loved it. I've actually loved it. I've had so much feedback. It's still coming in. Lots of calls. It's been amazing. I was buzzing last night, Sean. I went home and I was like,
thanks for helping us out, mate. It's been a while, but we've known each other a long time, and it's a kind of long game, the broadcasting. You'll note it's quite an engaged and passionate audience we have.
Yeah, it's almost a bit like a podcast audience because every listener here is worth 4 normally. Every person here is worth 4 normal adults because they're so engaged and passionate and intelligent and smart, and they know what they want, and they love you, dear leader, and this is perfect. It's great.
Yeah, and our mate Keller rang you. How did you find Keller?
I gave Keller the benefit of the doubt yesterday, and today I've buried him. I'm sorry. To call Ardern the greatest leader ever in New Zealand's history, I'm sorry. I was looking for the sick bag around here,
Yeah, but I want some of what Keller's on. And you also had Avis, apparently. You and Avis are now best friends?
Tight. Avis, I mean, I get on very well with people from Southland because I've got the keys to the city. Mark Richardson and I, we're ambassadors for Southland. So Avis and I, Avis is from Winton. She's fine. She's great. She defended me.
Jolly good. Well, that's great. And Duncan, as I say, it is lovely to be working with you. Well, we worked together in radio back in the old, on the dark side. But welcome.
We've been ambassadors.
Welcome to the freedom. Welcome to the freedom of new media, mate. And it is a little bit different, I know. We don't have a really flash coffee machine and everything, and there's no receptionist at the door. You've got to put up with Lockie. But I'd love to have you back. And look, I'll ring you after the show. I've got week after next, I'm going down to Nelson for the quadrangular tournament for the old boys, for my old school. And I've got to move Lawsy in to do my show, so it might be a couple more days in a couple of weeks if you're around.
I'd love it, I'd love it. When I came into the office yesterday and, you could move 14 families in here, you got so much space. It's fantastic. There's a housing crisis. I've got the solution. It's here. I went in the wrong entrance and I came through, I think there's a medical centre next door, and I said, I'm running a bit late. How do I get to the platform? And they said, go through our back here. And I was weaving my way through the corridors of this medical office and through some corridors and back, and I just appeared here. It was great. Yeah, thank you for having me. I've really appreciated it.
All right, well, you've done a sterling job. We've had lovely feedback from people, and even the bad feedback's good feedback, isn't it, Dunk? It's a bumpy old world, broadcasting.
Yeah, I don't mind bad feedback. I mean, I don't mind if someone calls me this or that. I mean, we've been abused by professionals for years as we've been ambassadors for the industry, Sean, and that's fine.
Yeah, all right, mate. And look, just one other question. What have you made in general terms of the change in media? It's been brutal for a lot of us and for a lot of people. Do you still have faith in it? Barely,
to be honest. There are pockets of excellence still, and we should get in behind it. But I'm really worried that a lot of the bosses have lost their balls. They don't stand for anything anymore. There's a lot of the experience has left the industry. Guys like you and I are still doing it. But so much of it's been wiped out. Something like 500 journalists have left the industry in the past 18 months. It is phenomenal. And that's not a bet in New Zealand. We need to keep telling stories. I don't buy this whole junk out of TVZ that we're the only ones that can tell stories. That's crap. But we need journalists because we need the voices. We need the voices. And once you lose them, Sean, you don't get them back unless you set something like this up, which you guys have. I'm really impressed with what you've done here, mate. Really impressed.
Well, look, it's just what we were always doing. And as I said, we don't have quite the corporate travel budget of other organisations, and I try and make the broadcasters the focus, not the sales team. And we've got a very small sales team that does a great job, Yeah, I mean, you've got ads, you've got people behind it. And I hope this thing turns a profit and makes money because, and I would urge people to get in behind it because without it, what have you got? People need a voice. Tell your friends. People need a platform. Yep. Okay, you've got a minute. I'll leave it to you, and thank you again, mate. We will have you back on soon. Good on you. I'll ring you straight after the show. You sign me up. Thanks, Sean. Good guy. One of the really good guys. I've known Sean for 20 odd years. He beat me in golf a couple of times, and he's fun. And he wears his heart on his sleeve, and he cares, and he's still doing it. And I rate that really highly.